All right.
Boom! First episode of the year has begun.
Yes. We took a bit of a break, but you know what? It was what we needed, and it was a good time to just get back in tune with ourselves and collect ourselves, getting ready for the new year. How funny does it look that the camera's tilted, but it's because the table
I feel tilted
looks.
as well.
Yeah. I think it's fine though.
But even though it was an involuntary break, we actually stuffed up. Well, I stuffed up as well. But
many technical difficulties.
many technical difficulties. But we got around the obstacle and now we're here. So let's start. Win of the week, my brother. What is your win of the week?
You know what? Work's been picking up again, and it was nice to come back from the break and be able to do productive things again. So just picking up new clients and working with new people, getting to know more people, and realizing all the fun I missed out on during that break. Because remember how I was telling you in the car, I forgot how busy I was, and it's crazy how busy my schedule is. So for things to pick back up again,
busy?
like I have so many things to do. Yeah, like when we were on break, I'd still wake up at 6, but
That's pretty good, man.
you don't really have anything scheduled in your day. And then now suddenly you're like, shit, I got to do this at this time, this at that time, coaching all the time, going to work all the time. And then you get home and you're like, shit, my whole day's gone. But
that means you're productive.
Yeah,
So it's a good thing.
super fulfilling. So picking up new clients and being able to work with new people. I'm working with a guy at the moment who has disc damage to his C5 to C7, so that just lies at the bottom of the neck before reaching the thoracic spine, which is at the top of the rib cage. I think he got into a car accident or something, and whiplash maybe damaged his disc.
Fuck.
So he was in a great deal of pain, and then just training with him, he's like, holy shit, I haven't been able to do push-ups in so long. If I told my wife this, she'd be so happy. He was surprised himself. Like, I was just running him through my typical screening test and functional movement assessments, which I do with all my clients before I start training them. And to see him go through motions of exercises that he hasn't done in years is just so fulfilling. You should have seen the excitement in his face. He kept saying he's going to get a six-pack now, so it's pretty funny.
Wait, so he's been injured for years? And
Yeah,
hasn't been able to
10 plus
push-ups?
years.
So he hasn't been able to do push-ups.
Remember what I told you? A lot of people, they have injuries, but they're quite passive about it, or
they just
they
let
put
it
a
go.
Band-Aid solution on it. They're not proactive about.
Sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, they literally sweep it under the rug, and it becomes like a dinosaur under the rug, ready to attack whenever. So I don't know, but for him, he's slowly finding his groove again, and he's starting to exercise now. So it's really good to see that he's able to move again.
All because of you, man.
Yeah. It's fun, yeah.
See, this is why I love being this guy's friend, man. Changing the world. So that's yours.
Yeah, I think, pretty sure that's my greatest win of the week. But
This week?
yeah,
Okay. Sweet as, man.
what about you?
Before I begin, I just want to say today is the 13th. Is it? Yeah, the 13th. What time is it? Fucking my thing's
8 a.m. probably.
8 a.m. 8:20ish a.m. 13th of January. Crap, man. The time's flying already for this year.
Yeah, we're 2
bro.
weeks into the year already.
Holy crap. Anyways, my win of the week. That's gonna sound so corny, but far out, man.
What?
Dude, I'm falling in love, bro. That's my win of the week, bro. Like,
Nice.
dude, I haven't had this feeling in so long, and for everyone that's felt this feeling, man, you just know this is the reason why we're alive as humans. This is why we're put on this earth.
Warning, extreme cheese
Yeah.
incoming.
I'm literally about to build this cheese factory from scratch right now. But man,
Happy for you.
when you're like, I wouldn't say I'm fully in love, but like I'm getting there, man. And I'm not gonna say the name, but
Is she gonna watch this?
Probably not. But yeah, like I just feels so good. You feel like when you're in that state and like nothing.
That
can
euphoria,
bother you.
yeah.
You're in euphoria. You're high for life. You don't need anything or anyone to make you happy. You cannot put this into words, and it's literally the best feeling in the world. Like when you're sick, actually, your immune system is like way stronger. You don't need as much sleep. you're just happy all the time. Like life is so good. Like your relationships with other people thrive as well. It's just, how would I explain this?
It's good. It's just
It's
a
fucking
domino
amazing.
effect of positive
Yeah.
things happening. That's good.
and the crazy thing is, it just comes out of nowhere, just
Yeah.
smacks you across the face. And you're never prepared for it, which is a good thing. But yeah, I don't want to go too into depth because I feel like I'm gonna actually fall in love if I actually keep talking. But yeah, let's continue. Well, fuck, I
That
feel
was
like
your win of the week?
that's my win of the week, bro.
Falling in love?
Yeah, man.
Nice. Good on you. Good on you. So just to recap, or moving on to the next part, just recapping what our challenge was.
yeah.
From where we picked up, it was to get in tune with what our goals for the year were and what our New Year's resolutions were going to be. Did you want to start first?
Oh wait, so we're gonna say it again? Oh yeah, because we said it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were saying 3, yeah.
Yeah.
So my biggest one would probably be to move out.
You know what? Let's narrow it down. Let's one important goal that
Okay.
we want to focus on this
Okay.
year. The one that speaks to us the most,
Okay.
and just makes us want to gravitate towards it.
Yeah. Okay, let me just.
Want me to go first?
No, I got it. Yeah, it's definitely moving out. I definitely want to move out, man. Like, I'm so ready to move out. It's just been on my mind recently, especially the last couple of weeks. Maybe because my grandma's been walking in on me naked. I mean, because I always try to floss. Like, I love sleeping naked. Like, there's a lot of health benefits to sleeping naked, if you guys didn't notice. Like, improve immune system and you just feel good. Like, being naked feels good. But like, I got walked in on by my grandma the other day. Far out, man. And especially when you're half asleep, she doesn't knock on the bloody door, bro. I always tell her every single time, but. And I walked into
She saw the small dragon.
the one that was asleep in the cave, bro. Anyways, like I walked in on her, like chucking a shit as well. Like we both need this. Like me, my grandma, my mom, my dad, my sister. Like I just need time alone, and I feel like whenever I'm home alone, there's nobody home. Like I'm just so happy. Like you don't have to worry about people around you. You don't have to worry about people like invading your privacy. You can just do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro.
That was sort of my number one thing moving out as well, is that you don't have eyes watching you all the time. So for me, having moved out for over a year, that was a big one. Like just that freedom of knowing that not you can do whatever you want, but you don't have eyes watching you all the time, watching your every move, or you have not the burden of your parents nitpicking at you, but just when you do things every single day and they notice it, they'll always make a remark about it.
Right. Yeah, man, I just want that.
Yeah.
Like
It's different. Once you move out, you never want to move back home. Not to say that I don't love my parents, but then like every time I visit my parents, you just realize not how negative they are, but how nitpicky they are, or like, and you're like, shit.
And if anything, when you move out, like, because you're distancing yourself from them, and when you see them again, you get in touch again, you feel just so much more grateful for what they do. Hey, because I can imagine that for sure. But yeah, that's biggest goal definitely this year, and I have a feeling I'm going to be doing it in the next couple of weeks. I was supposed to be doing it in April when I came back from a holiday, but there's an opportunity on the rise right now, so I want to fucking snatch that shit. Yeah, that's my goal.
Gotta snag it.
Yeah, what's yours, bro?
My biggest one is, it's entirely selfish, but I want to master myself in terms of all aspects of my life, and I've been really proactive about ensuring that everything I do facilitates my personal growth to my best ability. So at the start of the year, two of my main goals was to, one, improve my communication skills. As doing project management and also being a coach, it requires me to be a really effective communicator. I need to be able to liaise with clients. I need to be able to, help synthesize progress and get things rolling. So I'm working on projects in both professional fields. One is like construction projects, and then one is the person is the project. So for me, I really need to be effective in communicating and sharing my knowledge and helping others or other teams get to where they need to be in order to get the final product. So being an effective communicator, that's one of the things that I want to work on, and the other one would be time management. I'm already quite good with my time management, but for me, I've really been quite meticulous about the hours that I spend in my day doing things that I want to do, because it's so easy to get caught up in bullshit hours, like just sitting there on your phone and scrolling through Instagram for an hour and just watching really unnecessary stuff. So there's a clear difference between engaging yourself in deep work and what's called shallow work. Shallow work is all the little bullshitty tasks that they don't really get you anywhere, and deep work is the things that you're engaged in that really have like a sort of end goal, like you're working towards something. Yeah, exactly. So I've created this little tool that tracks all my hours in a day. I just need to enter what I'm doing at what hour of the day, and it'll all automatically populate into an Excel spreadsheet and graph my hours in the day. So whether I'm doing emails, on the phone, training, eating, taking a break, doing deep work, it'll track all my hours in a day, and I guess it produces a weekly report for me to understand where my hours go each day. And for me, that's especially important because you really want to know where your hours go in a single day. All of us have the same 24 hours, but are we really optimizing that 24 hours to our best ability? Like I said, you can get so caught up wasting bullshit hours on bullshit things. Like, okay, fine, like if you want to watch Netflix and stuff, that's fine, like you can utilize that as a reward mechanism. But then when you're spending excessive amounts of time on tasks or things that don't really require that much of your attention or hours of the day, that's when it starts to become problematic. So for me to truly understand where my hours go and make sure that those hours are going to meaningful and impactful work, that's been super important for me. So tying, exactly. So tying that back into my goal, one of my goals this year especially is just to be the master of my own life. I want to be able to do the things I want to do and actually say that with deep meaning, and I actually want to action all the things that I want to get done. I don't want to just say that it's more of a wish. Like a lot of people start their year off with New Year's resolutions that don't really get met, and that's because it's more of a wish than a want or a must. Like it's not an imperative for them. Like they don't find that utmost desire to get things done. And for me, especially wanting to be the master of my life, I have such a deep urgency for my time, especially now as well, knowing that shit, a year can fly by so quickly. And
2 weeks
did I achieve what I wanted to do in that year? So I weight a lot of urgency on my time now, and I care about my hours in the day. So for me now is just mastery of myself. That's my selfish goal.
And time is the most valuable commodity. It's something that we will never get back.
Yeah, such an important resource. So knowing where your time goes is really important in helping us get to where we want to go in life. And I guess this can tie so deeply in with the topic that we wanted to discuss in this podcast, which is success. Success is something everyone wants in life, and it doesn't necessarily mean money, getting where you want to go, getting that dream house, getting that dream car. Success for us is just ultimately reaching that state of happiness and being happy with where you are. You know, that's truly what success is. Are you doing the things that make you happy on a day-to-day basis? Are you engaged in those deep passions of yours and really pushing yourself to grow as a person? I think that's where Brendan and I define success. What are your thoughts?
Well, exactly what Michael said, man. Like, I resonate with this guy so deeply with this idea of success being not a thing that you acquire, not a thing, not a goal that you reach, but it's a path that you take.
Yes, that's right.
So I believe success is just the path of happiness.
Yeah, it's literally an ongoing journey. It's not something tangible that you reach at any given point. It's something that keeps driving you and propelling you forward in life.
It's not like, oh, I just got $1 million. I just became successful. It's like, no, I have been successful this whole time just because I've been on this journey and I've been happy this whole time.
Exactly.
And that's what I truly believe success is. And success is different for everyone.
That's right.
Like Michael's success is different to mine. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure we're both fucking successful right now.
Mm.
We're both living our path. We're both living our purpose, and that, I believe, is true success for everyone. Living your purpose and your own unique path.
Mm-hmm. Doing the things that you love.
Exactly.
That's right.
And that's going to be different for everyone, which is why this world is so beautiful, because not everyone's the same. And so that adds to the whole dynamic of everyone together and how we all work as a symbiosis.
Yeah, that's right. And just to add on to that, in order for us to maintain that success and happiness, is we need to make progress and improvement. You know, we need to be continually growing, and we need to do the things that progress us through life. Like we just said, there's no real stopping point. Once you reach one goal, you just keep going and going and going. It's that constant state of improvement and progress that really drives us to be happy, because once you keep reaching goals and achieving and striving for more, that's when everything comes together. That's when you start literally attracting, and all the good things gravitate towards you. It's like a domino effect.
Snowball effect, domino effect. And yeah, to do that, to do what Michael said, you have to continually evaluate your circumstances,
Yes.
everything you're doing. That's why his time management skills are so imperative to learn, especially with that your Excel thing.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Tell me a bit more about that, bro. I'm interested in that, bro.
Literally, I created a form on Google,
Is
and
Google Sheets?
Google Forms, which feeds into Google Sheets.
send me
So
the
all it goes is, what task are you doing right now?
Yep.
What category does it fit in? What's the start time? What's the end time? And then you punch that in. So let's say the task that I'm doing right now is emails. And then the category, you select the category. There's like a few. There's like rest and break. There's emails and phone calls. There's deep work. There's lunch. There's like everything. Basically, the categories are tailored towards what I do on a daily basis. So anyways, you select the category in which your task most fits in, and then you put in the start time and the end time, and then it'll automatically feed into a Google spreadsheet and then automatically generate a graph which tells you how many hours you spent in each day doing what. And then from that, you can literally track your hours in a week, in a month, in a year.
Dude.
And then you literally have a summary of where all your hours go at each week's, month's or year's end. And then you can say, okay, maybe I'm spending a bit too much time resting and having a break, or you know, or enjoying recreation and leisure time. And then you can say, okay, how can I manipulate these hours now to, let's say, cut back a few hours here, and then put those hours and energy into somewhere else, which might be a bit more fruitful.
Yes.
So that's basically my little time tracking tool.
That's so good, man. Dude, have you thought about making an app out of that shit? Making
I guess you could, but the thing is it's
really
quite
valuable,
it's quite bothersome. Like, no one would want to sit there and every 30 minutes or hour intermittently put in what they've done. So unless you truly want to do it, then you'll actually do it. There's actually a lot of time tracking and management tools out there. There's Harvest and there's Toggle. If you guys want to look that up. So Harvest and Toggle without the E. So those are time management and tracking tools that you can utilize, especially if you're a project manager or you want to be a bit more mindful of your own personal project.
Help your own life.
Yeah.
Much.
So those are two apps already which sort of do what I do, but I guess my one is a bit different in the sense that I think those ones incorporate like finances and stuff into it.
Okay.
Like more tailored towards actual projects.
Okay, whereas yours is focused on time.
Yeah, mine's just focused on my hours and knowing where they go.
I think I need yours more, bro.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But it's still in development, sort of. I try to do it when I can, but it is quite bothersome. Like, you don't want to just be there all the time punching in your hours.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure one day in the future there's gonna be a time where some machine in you will fucking just track everything. For you. But before we get to that, how can we improve that? Your time thingy.
I don't know.
There has to be a way.
Yeah.
They can't.
I think the apps that you can download online, they have like a start and a pause button. So you put your task in first, and then you press the play button, and it'll time the thing. Okay. And then once it's done, you press pause or stop, and then it'll track it itself. So that makes it a bit less cumbersome, and instead of you having to manually punch in your hours, it does the time for you. Yeah. But staying on track, what Brendan was saying before we touched on my time tracking tool was the constant reassessment,
Yes.
reevaluation, and reviewing of the things that your goals essentially. Yes, it's good to have vision, but you need to always be in that process of reevaluation, reassessment, and reviewing your goals, and that'll tie in with your progress.
Exactly.
You can't just say you have a goal and wish for it and then expect things to happen and unfold. You really need to set up a game plan, and you always need to review, and not just that, but the goals which you set, which aim towards getting you to success, they need to speak to you in such volumes. Like, it needs to connect so deeply and profoundly with you that it propels you and motivates you to want to do it.
Has to be a burning desire.
It's pulling you towards it. So there are two ways you can approach a goal. One is that it's so deeply compelling that it pulls you towards it, and then there's another one that sort of you have to push towards it. And that's the one that's tiring, and the one that a lot of people don't really end up achieving are the ones that you yourself have to push yourself towards the goal, and that requires that willpower and resilience, and that's
For example,
that's
for me,
effortful.
waking up 4:30 a.m. in the morning, like, you just know you need to do it,
Yeah.
but you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So there are two ways you can really approach a goal. Is it pulling me towards it? Does it have such depth and meaning to it that I'm so attracted to it that I have to get it? Like, you have that deep burning desire to want to get it. Or there's one that's so effortful and forced that you have to exert a lot of willpower and push yourself to do it. And those are the ones that, yes, they can be achieved, but then you also find that it's fatiguing and it's so effortful that it can be a deterrent at one point, or it could be highly demotivating, especially like your 4:31. Yes, you can do it if you really want to do it, and but for some people, waking up that early it just doesn't speak to them. It's more of a chore.
But usually, those ones, the ones that will require a lot of effort, those are the ones that you know you need to do, but you don't want to do because it's not fun.
Let me check the cam.
But like, you just know you need to do it. Is it on?
Yeah, it's still recording.
But yeah, going back to the goals thing, like, I feel like you're definitely right, man. You have to always reevaluate, because sometimes goals change. Sometimes halfway in you realize, like, is this what I even really want? And then you got to be completely honest with yourself. And when you're completely honest with yourself, that's when you can truly flow with life.
Yeah, that's right. You need that
Life
reason.
becomes effortless when you become honest with
You need
yourself.
the reason attached to it. So let's say you set a New Year's resolution to lose weight.
Why?
Like, yeah,
Why
like,
do you want to lose weight?
what's the what are you getting out of it, sort of thing. Like, break it down into smaller steps and smaller goals, and then engage yourself in the process of reviewing. So break that goal into manageable steps that you can accomplish, and then set milestones and reward mechanisms to keep you motivated and keep that momentum going. You want to keep flowing.
Yeah, and like, definitely that's what will give you the momentum. And also, when you think about why, and you go down to the root of why exactly you want this goal, why exactly you want to pursue this passion, this hobby, whatever it is, that's when you get a sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And that's when you can always motivate yourself again when you're like feeling down in the dumps, and
Or even if you
can't find the motivation.
even if you make a mistake or an error, you don't go, oh, I fucked it up, now I'm going to stop. Like, you pick yourself back up, and you're so driven again to continue to do what you want to do. It's that intensity and emotion that you attach yourself with that goal that has such deep purpose and meaning that really gets you going.
Yeah, you don't see the obstacle as like something that you can't get around. You see the obstacle as just something to get across, like, or go over. Like, you see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
And so it motivates you even more.
Yeah, that's right. And you're sort of in tunnel vision. Like,
Yes.
all you see is that goal, and it ties into this part of your brain that's called the reticular activating system. So basically,
I love that word, bro.
it's a bundle of nerves that's at the bottom at your brainstem, and then, it filters out all the unnecessary bullshit, and it retains the information that is most important to you. So if you're really locked in with something, like, it's like when you have a car that you really like, and then suddenly you start seeing it everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Your brain has locked in on that, and it's zoned in, like, it's primed to see that. It's like it wants these things to gravitate towards you. So if you're setting a sort of goal that's so compelling to you, and you're constantly engaged with it, you're always checking in on yourself, you're always checking your progress, and you're making it an imperative, like, I got to do this every day, I got to do this every day, I got to do this every day. The more you're faced with it, the more your brain starts zoning in with it, and then that reticular activating system starts getting switched on, and then suddenly you're in tunnel vision. That's all you see, that's all you want, and you know that you're going to get it. So
yes, because our brains, like, it literally cannot fathom everything that's going on.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
There's just so much information happening around us right now, coming in through the eyes, for our senses, our ears, our nose, our brains, our skin, everything. That if we absorbed every single amount of packet of information, our brains would probably explode.
Yeah, probably.
So that's why our brain has the RAS, the reticular activating system, to filter out all the unnecessary bullshit. So,
exactly.
Like, we don't need to know, for example, that there's a fucking cockroach walking around there, unless it's like a threat or something.
Yeah.
And so that's why when you're locked in on a goal, your brain just fucking focuses on everything. And just filters everything out and just focuses on that one thing that you really want.
Exactly. And to tie this all in with the whole topic of success is that when you're really in tune with your goals and you know where you want to go and where you want to be and where you want to end up, that'll drive your overall purpose and allow you to reach levels of unfathomable success.
100 fucking percent, bro. Like, for example, another thing to do with the RAS and dude, this is crazy, man. I feel like when you truly want something, your brain, the subconscious part of your brain, it just does it. It just forces you. It just puts yourself in the right position to achieve that success, and it will do everything it can to stop you from failing. Like today, like, dude. So I've been so bad with this Banner Beast thing. I haven't been taking it as seriously as I should. So I've been coming up late all the time, and I've been pissing off Michael, which is...
I full told this guy off.
Dude,
I was so
he
mad.
fucking threatened me. He was like, if you fucking turn up late one more time, I'm out of Banner Beast. I was like, shit. Dude, that fucking woke me up, bro. Anyways, today, I woke up at 5:30, and I was like, oh, that's so much time. I got so much time to, like, get ready and shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna meditate while lying on the bed. It's all good. Fucking next minute, I woke up, 7:08. I was like, shit. So I gave Michael a call straight away. I was like, what time do you want me to come again? just to, like, make it seem like I was already awake for ages.
Oh, you fucking
But
liar.
I feel like, hey, I didn't lie.
He made it on time, so that's all right.
But, like, that's the thing. Like, my brain, dude, like, it just coincidentally woke me up at 7:10. Like, if I woke up like 5 minutes later, I would have been late.
We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be here.
The brain is fucking crazy, man. Like,
Band of beast.
if you truly want something, dude, the brain will help you get there.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah.
It will.
Success, yeah. Success is, it's relative to everyone. Well, what is your idea of success?
What do you mean by relative?
Like, it's different for everyone.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's all about perspective. But what me and Michael...
I'm so paranoid about the cameras. Let me check.
Me and Michael truly believe success is when you walk the path of happiness. Your own path of happiness. So, just doing what you want to do.
Exactly, and please only compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not those around you. I think that's another problem a lot of us suffer from is thinking in terms of relativity. I think that's one of the flaws of the human brain is that we always make comparisons with a lot of things. We compare things to other things, and especially it's so easy to do that with our lives. We always look at someone else's life,
especially this day and age with Instagram, Facebook, social media.
Oh,
so
social
easy.
media, so toxic.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother subject.
I'm super cynical
Maybe
about
next week, actually.
social media. Yeah, we
could.
I think that'd be a good one. Okay. I think it relates to a lot of us
social media next
because
week.
we all use social media all the time. So
I reckon everyone can relate with that.
Yeah, I don't want to get riled up and get started. So we'll leave that to next week.
Save that for next week.
Yeah, I think we touched on success quite well, to be honest. You know, at the end of the day, success is just happiness. Happiness equals progress. So this all ties in with how our conversation started, which was with our New Year's resolutions and goals. Especially if you're looking to set New Year's resolutions or goals for yourself, just make sure that they're not such loose goals that don't really speak volumes to you, and you haven't attached any sort of intensity and emotion with it. You know, you really want those goals to mean a lot to you. Like you have to want it so badly.
But you gotta ask yourself, why do you want this goal?
Yeah.
Is it because you truly want it for yourself, or is it just because you're following everyone else, you're being a sheep, and you see everyone else is trying to tie themselves to that goal? For example, a big one would be buying a house. Do you really want that house, or is it because everyone else is buying a house and you feel like you gotta keep up with the Joneses? Because I definitely felt like I was like that once.
Oh, and if I could add one more thing before we wrap it up, I think we're at a good place anyways. Success for me as well is being able to add value to the lives of other people as well. That I think that's one of the major components of what makes someone truly successful is how can we add value to other people's lives and not just ourselves. You know, we're not put in this world to be selfish. It's always such a fleeting feeling when you're able to help add value to other people's lives. Like that's one of my other number one. I have so many number one priorities, but that's my number one priority. Is
priority slut.
Yeah, priority slut. No, but you know, adding value to other people's lives can really give you that sense of fulfillment and drive your overall personal success and happiness.
Yeah, because like when you share something with someone, it's just so much better. Like for example, I was talking to this with my good mate Daniel yesterday. Like literally, like imagine you won $10 million for the jackpot. That would be pretty fun, but I can guarantee you almost 100,000% that if you and 3 of your best mates all won $1 million each at the same time, that would be so much better, man. Like I would choose that over 10 mil by myself any day of the week, because then you get to share it. Whereas if you want the 10 mil by yourself, your friends will probably be at work and you won't be able to do shit by yourself. So everything is always better when shared. Coffee, cube croissants.
Yeah, we had a croissant.
We just had a cube croissant.
We're at Bear Witness in
So
Rhodes,
good.
by the way.
Yeah,
that's where we are
out, guys.
this weekend.
Come here at 8 a.m. as soon as they open, because the pastries are so fresh.
Oh, the aroma of the fresh pastries. Amazing. Smells like butter and croissants. So good. Yeah,
okay, we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next episode will be about
social media.
Social media. Okay, and our next challenge for the week, what shall that be?
Why don't we tie it in with social media?
Yeah,
I don't know if you've realized, but we've sort of inadvertently done our challenges to tailor in with what our topic of the week is. I don't know if you've realized that. Like, let's say our New Year's resolution, that links to success. The one about relationships, that one was connecting with people that we haven't spoken to in a while. So we've sort of inadvertently been challenging ourselves to do the things that we end up discussing in the podcast.
That's so good, man. Like, that's okay. So guys,
I didn't realize that till I was like reviewing and editing all our talks.
That's
is
so
that
good, man.
everything, all our challenges have somehow been inadvertently tailored to what we talk about.
Guys, I want to let you guys know, like, you guys probably already know this, but me and Michael, we don't really have a structure. We don't want to have a structure. We don't want to be too rigid. We want to be able to flow like water. Pour water into a cup. But yeah, but obviously you need some kind of structure, but you don't want to be so rigid that you're unwavering, because you want to be able to adapt. It's all about flexibility. So we focus our podcast on just being able to just move whichever way we want. So this is perfect for us, like knowing that we can just move and adapt with the goals. The challenges with the topics that we do. So what do you think we should do for social media?
Reckon you can block it out for a week?
Fuck. Oh shit,
I know I can delete my shit right now.
I gotta try that. Okay. Fuck, that's intense, bro.
I've done it before, but for me, I use Instagram as a tool to connect with people. So if you guys follow me, I don't know, I love my followers so much. You guys actually interact with me so often and frequently. You ask me questions all the time. I get really good engagement through Instagram. It's so cool. I love helping people.
Wait, so we're not allowed to like message anything. Nothing. What about like how do you like contact people?
Like who?
Text messages and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you can't. Can I use Facebook chat? Can I use no any social media? Nothing.
Unless there's some real reason you
Emergency.
need to. Yeah.
Fuck, that's intense.
Or
Okay.
it wouldn't be called
I
a
gue- I
challenge
guess-
if it
I
wasn't
guess,
going to
yeah,
challenge
I guess it's a yes then. It's a fuck yes then. 'Cause
you. If he's
I'm so
struggling with this
scared.
already, then
That's
you
how
know that
Michael
it's.
was with the music one.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I'm scared. 1 whole week. All right, let's do it. Fuck.
This guy's like thinking of all the.
Dude,
the-
that's intense, man. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Lock it in, Eddie. Okay.
Easy.
All right. 36 minutes in, perfect time.
Yeah. Thanks for
We
tuning in,
will
guys.
see you guys in 1 week
Yeah.
on the 20th of January 2019. Holy shit, that's crazy, man. I can't believe we're almost
We're
2
almost
weeks
in
into
February already.
Jesus Christ.
Urgency, guys. Urgency.
Yes.
That's how fast time flies.
Remember,
Ciao.
focus on your why. Why are you setting these goals? Have a great day, guys.